west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Discussing that heat in the street, hey, we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got
All
what you need.
alone.
Vitamin G. Ay. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Hey, final round. I already know how I'm coming, man. Yeah. Try run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's about smoke, then we talk all of that. from an ounce to a pound. Take it, they biting this now, cause my drip right out the seat. How could they be? Give me a couple of rounds, cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see they start crumbling now, mad struck start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock glitz, know they look how I freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just to form a warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the game, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them bills on the duty. On the stick, see I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. To reload the clip and record the clip is go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tune into that VGP.
Take over the west and the east, and we got just what you need on vitamin G.
What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year! It's your boy Dante Crisis back with another weekly dose of your vitamin G, the first vitamin G of 2023. Fuck me, it's 2023 already. It felt like just a couple of days ago it was 2022. Shit. Alright, but first, joining me today is our esteemed panel. Unfortunately, we do not have Mr. Zero. That man tried to divide his own name, and the results speak for itself. He's not here today. So, first of all, Mr. Nappy Senshi, how are you today, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'd like to say happy holidays to everyone. I hope everyone took the time to spend time with their families. Hopefully you got some good Steam deals for all my PC gamers out there. I hope you took advantage of those Steam deals. Yeah, I got gifted Modern Warfare 2 and I thought the game was average. And then I realized I sunk 8 hours in on the first night just in multiplayer. So yeah, I've been playing Modern Warfare 2. I finished Crisis Core. Unfortunately, there was not a single whisper of fate. So the story from through and through is literally just the same Crisis Core story, which makes sense. And other than that, just been spending most of the time with family. Still, I'm behind on my controller reviews, but I'm gonna catch up this year. So I also got promoted in my job too, which not game related, but yeah, I got a job promotion. So yeah, a lot of stuff's been going on.
That's always a win.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You gonna be starting rolling in that bank now?
Something like that.
Just nothing but bank coming in. Oh no, you got to do the extra work, and we'll pay you just a little bit more, but you'll be making money.
Yeah.
Alright, that's cool. That's cool, my man. That's really fucking cool. And I've lost my damn timer. Alright, well, next on the docket is Mr. Creative Kofi. How are you today, man? How was your holidays?
My holiday was pretty fantastic, y'all. I had a good time gaming, good time with the family, good time with my neighbors, just trying to get acquainted because I had moved recently and explains a lot of my absence from the podcast. But yeah, so the most recent game I finished was Chained Echoes. Again, this was the retro JRPG-inspired game that takes a lot of homage from Chrono Trigger and Xenogears. I did spend a lot of time in the game. I did not 100% it, but there are optional recruitable characters. I ended up recruiting them all. There's a lot of cool combat nuance that you can get really nerdy with, almost like a tactics level game. Basically, every character can have passive and active skills. and then some of those skills can only be acquired through certain equipment. So I went really crazy in giving like really kind of like strong skills to a lot of characters because I always love the grind to, I hate to say, kind of break the game. I always love that. So I had a really good time finishing that game. Then after that, I have returned to Monochrome Mobius, which again is the prequel to a tactics RPG / visual novel called Utawareru Mono, which is kind of like a translation for those who are lauded, as in like looked at in high esteem. And it's really great. I mean, it has problems. Sometimes the tone is just all over the place with the storytelling. But right now I'm like 50 hours into that game, and there are some big moments that make me like my eyes go wide open because I just don't know anything about this story. I never played the original games, even though those games are like 6, 7 years old. So now I will play this game chronologically and go to Utawareru Mono, and it's 2 sequels eventually. So that's been really cool. And then also I'm going for the Platinum in Gran Turismo 7. Some of the expensive legendary cars to get a gold trophy have become available on the legendary store, which cost me, I think it cost me like 20 million credits. And also, oh, Pharaoh, you notice, okay, the GT1 that used to be one of the best cars back in Project Gotham Racing 2 has made its debut in GT7 as a legendary car for 9 million credits, but it's only available unlimited times. And it had popped in the store, even though I hadn't been playing GT that much. I got it right within the last 24 hours before it came down. So yeah, I don't know if you remember, Pharaoh, but there was 3 main best cars in GT2. I'm sorry, Project Gotham Racing 2, which was the Cerbera, TVR Cerbera, the GT1, and then it was a Mercedes car, some AMG car. I don't even remember it, but it's like a 90s car. And those are all the gold rank. And the GT1, it wasn't the fastest, but it hugged those turns. And you needed to stay on those turns right. And there was some really good drivers we met, even driving the slower GT1. So
I didn't know that you had to do the corners well. I used y'all on the corners. I would let y'all get in front of me.
Pharaoh like to brag that Anyway,
get in front of me. And so he makes the perfect corner, and I just bump him right to the side of the road and keep.
He's ready to play Burnout while playing PGR, but no, it was really great.
I actually played some Burnout.
Which one? Which one?
Paradise.
Okay. That was really, really great. And there was one other thing I wanted to mention. So GT. Oh yeah, I finally picked up the level 5 mech RPG. So here's the crazy thing. This game came out on the same day as Shin Megami Tensei 5 in Japan. I don't know what level 5 was thinking, but I've been on other spaces talking about the craziness of that. I know I'm probably running out of time. The game is now free in Japan digitally, and so I just started playing the story of that. It's really good, but I'll talk more about that later.
Okay, cool. Next on the list is Mr. Jupiter Sensei. What have you been up to, my man? How was your? Oh god, I'm not going to ask that. Bad timing on that one.
Yeah, holiday was straight ass, bro. Straight ass.
I am so fucking sorry, my man.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a sliding scale. There's gonna be a very good and a very bad end to how everyone's New Year's going.
Yeah. Hopefully, whoever did it gets what's coming to them. Was like, who the fuck steals a car like in the middle of a holiday weekend? Like, and then I just don't get it. Like, it's really stupid. It's really scummy and it's really fucked up. Like, I didn't get back to gaming honestly until yesterday. I finished the Gunk. It was cool. The Gunk on Xbox. Cool little game. Yeah, I'd recommend it if you have Game Pass. Definitely play it. Yeah. Outside of that, not much. Just getting kicked in the dick by life, you know. We persevere.
It's just making me feel awful for even bringing it up now.
No, we good.
All right, cool. Next on the list, Omar, what have you been up to?
So, a few bit. First, I started Valkyrie Profile for the first time. Especially if you want the best ending, you gotta do a lot of research of this game. Because one wrong move and you can kill an entire playthrough. Mid playthrough, the friend I was game sharing with had to drop it, the game sharing aspect. So I started Kakarot, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and at first I was loving the game, but the more I played it, and I'm now at the Android arc, the more I feel like it's literally they all play the same characters. They all play the same. Like, and you're basically doing the same move shot with different, like, but if, like, I don't recall, it feels weird for me. It feels like there should have been some, not excitement, but like a reason to play a certain character, make certain character to be more powerful magic, key wise or strength wise. Do something, make enemies to be, vulnerable against melee or key. Do something excited with it. So far, it's like every single character, it dawned on me that no matter who you're playing with, you're literally doing the same moves, you're literally doing the same thing. Which I bought the Fuck Giga edition, which comes with all the DLC. I'm actually debating of dropping this game and starting a game called .hack GU, because lately I've started...
I'm sorry, go on. I'm a big fan of .hack.
This is not my first time with rodeo with .hack. I played the first, GU, the first game and second game, and I had to drop the third game because I forgot what happened. But yeah, I already finished the first one, but I need to go back to the first tip and do some side missions to be prepared for the second season. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Kakarot, maybe next week I will be dropping it. Oh, I also bought Shovel Knight, the collector edition, which was dirt cheap. That's about it.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, like I couldn't have been more fucking disappointed in a game than I was with that game.
Wow.
Dude, I'm a dude, like, you can tell, my avatar, I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. Love Dragon Ball. Fucking breathe Dragon Ball. That's my fucking childhood as well. True. I did not like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I did not.
It starts good, right? Like, you're thinking, oh, this is nice. But the more you play it, the more you feel like it's boring.
Major problems come from the fact that, yes, the combat is very rudimentary between all goddamn characters. That's one of the problems. Second of all, quite frankly, it can be rather difficult to fucking chain attacks together. Like, genuinely, I think Xenoverse has better fucking combat than this game. A lot faster paced in many regards as well. Second of all, it's just fucking Dragon Ball from the beginning of the Z arc all the way to the fucking Majin Saga. And I'm like...
well, at least it's all of Z.
There is now also Super involved.
Here's the problem with it. Here's a slight problem with it, dude. Is it's somewhat abridged as well.
Oh.
Really?
What do you mean?
They put a bridge in there?
No. What I mean is, like, there's certain things that happen that just don't happen in the game. Like, there's small things, like they cut out certain points. I'm like, why cut this out? Like,
for example, going over 9,000, they didn't show that.
I'll be honest with you. I told myself I'm not picking up on the Dragon Ball Z game until they continue the story, because the manga is way ahead. And I mean way ahead.
No, they bought out Super DLC for Kakarot at this point. They have.
I'm a hater. I don't really like it.
And it's a very difficult boss fight against Beerus. Like, a very fucking difficult
somewhat unnecessarily fucking difficult.
You're just punching your shit in. Like,
Yeah.
just
And quite
Did you drop
frankly,
it?
and did I drop it? No, I completed it because I have I have integrity, and I was high for some of it as well. But we won't go into that. But no, like I haven't even I barely touched the fucking DLC because I'm like, I don't want to go back to this fucking game. I'd rather play Xenoverse 2. That is a lot more fun. And Xenoverse 2 is just a fucking rehash of Xenoverse 1. But Xenoverse 2 is way better in my opinion. Way fucking better.
I don't know. I think Xenoverse 2 had like a little bit of slightly faster combat than
no, it
Xenoverse
did.
1.
It did. It had more refined combat. But like I don't even care about I don't even really care about the fucking super manga at the moment because it's like I kind of fell off during the fucking Moro, was it? Like I just did not give a shit because like right now we're just like we've gone beyond Thunderdome at this point. Like we've gone into the fucking realm of stupidity in some regards. Like somehow, despite the fact that we're now like my problem initially started with the fucking Tournament of Power. Like, Goku's unlocked Ultra Instinct and shit like that. Okay, that's cool. Then immediately fucking Jiren is able to push his shit. It's like, okay, what the fuck's the point in the God Key if every mother and their fucking son is able to just surpass God Key at this point? You have made God Key redundant and you haven't even finished the fucking anime or the Tournament of Power. Like, the fuck?
This I remember that was the anime. I'm like, I literally, that's literally what I asked. What's his name? Jubei. If Moro is such a beast, then why haven't Beerus fought them?
Okay, so I saw that, and I will give you the reason why. Because Beerus is the god of destruction. He doesn't give two shits. God of Destructions do not interfere.
No, but he cares about fighting strong opponents.
No, he doesn't. Beerus really does not. That is a misconception on your part. Beerus does not have.
That was just a way to introduce Beerus to Goku. But that's not necessarily like Beerus hasn't been searching out
Beerus is
also that might be anime only.
No, because that was manga as well. Beerus's whole thing was a prophecy that would foretell that he would find a strong opponent / the person who would defeat him in a Saiyan, and that's what he went for. That's what he thought and believed Goku was when he found out that he defeated Majin Buu and shit.
Well, you also gotta remember, I'm sorry, I had to get my food. But so yeah, they kind of like set up the God Key is kind of pointless, but at the same time, like as right now, Vegeta also now learns Hakai Key, and one of
in the manga.
In the manga. But one of the promises that Vegeta made to Whis is, hey, Whis is like, I'll train you only if you agree to become a god of destruction one day. And Vegeta seems to be filling that role.
And somehow they're telling us that this is still going to lead into the end of Z.
Yeah, that yeah.
Like the end of Z where Goku's training with Goten and shit, and Vegeta shows up in that, and they go to the next tournament before he fucks off with Oob. Yeah, apparently we're still on track to get to that point.
Are you serious?
Somehow, with all the shit going on in Super, we're still on track to get to that ending. And I'm like, okay, how?
Get to what ending?
Okay, so you know what? Okay, so
wait, are you talking about the manga?
Super is right after the Buu fight, but before the end of Z, where they do the little tournament and Goku rides off on Shenron. Like that first Super takes place. It's between those two.
No.
Goku riding up on Shenron was GT though.
Yeah, that was GT. No, the end of Z was
I mean like he flies off with Oob. Oh, shit,
that was on Nimbus. Yeah, that was on Nimbus.
Okay.
Yeah, he just flew off Oob. Yeah, that's the end of Z. Like that was the finale point that they pointed out. Super is supposed to take place at the end of the Buu saga and before the end of Z. This is the time frame they're fucking working with, and apparently with all this shit going on, with the Gods of Destruction, the Tournament of Power, the fucking Universe Dragon Balls, or the multiverse Dragon Balls, Maro. Apparently, we are still on track to that.
And even Black Frieza now.
Fuck
Like,
yeah,
nothing
oh my
like
god,
Which is
let
just,
us not get
so
started on
annoying.
Black Frieza.
So I was looking
Black
at the
Frieza.
I don't even read the manga and I know about Black Frieza. I'm like,
That is
okay.
Everyone
so-
knows about Black Frieza. He's the most racist anime character that exists. And he's like, I can't beat the monkey. Now I'm gonna be a monkey. And I'm just like, yo, okay, sure, whatever.
I was looking at the arc explanation for Moro. I'm gonna be honest, guys. It almost put me to sleep.
Yep.
You
Oh,
guys didn't think Moro
damn.
like, it was bad. I don't. It just didn't look very interesting to me, right? I guess we can't talk spoilers, but I was just like,
Fuck, talk spoiled. I don't give a shit about.
like
Oh,
so,
really?
so like Vegeta is supposed to be all special, right? But all he does is like delay Moro. Like that was it. That was it. To me, so basically,
I mean,
You know Vegeta takes L's, man. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
Vegeta
Vegeta's
never
taking
takes
L's. Like,
a
what are we
W.
doing? What are we doing? Like Vegeta's been taking L since I was born, since 1986.
I mean,
So here we are in
you got
2023. He's
Bulma.
still taking the same L's.
The moral arc is good. The granola arc is a lot better. But you gotta
yeah,
get there.
granola arc is good.
I just think it's all.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
think it's
seen
just
it all.
all terrible. I don't.
I think
I just don't think it's all that good. Like, in the new fucking
Yeah.
art, the new artist doing it, like, he's talented, but my god, his illustrations, they're so fucking cluttered.
I think
I'm curious about Goten and Trunks because Goten and Trunks are finally growing up.
yeah,
and they
that's
actually got to do
cool.
something for once instead of living
Yeah.
their little fancy fairy tale world where Goku and Vegeta or their daddies basically fix everything.
I think to me logic went out of the window when Goku Black arc ended. It's the ending. The beginning I love. It's the ending that made
Yeah.
zero sense for me.
Yeah, the whole Goku Black arc kind of made me realize. Okay, so because obviously if you take their adaptations of it, like Battle of the Gods was fucking great, spectacular. Resurrection F was just a fucking amazing. And then everything just went off a fucking cliff, and they kind of brought it back with Broly. Because I love Super Broly, but my problem with the whole fucking God Key kind of bullshit kind of raised its ugly head in when you realize, oh, this motherfucker hasn't even learned God Key. He's just going berserk as a fucking in base legendary Super Saiyan form, and he's beating the shit out of two dudes who are using God Key for fuck's sake.
How was Frieza able to even handle God Key? They never explained that.
He kind of so basically the thing about Frieza is he doesn't train.
No,
he just
he
is
doesn't.
naturally strong. And he was
Yeah, I got you, but this is God Key we're talking
let me put some
about.
effort into it. So then he put effort into it to train, and as soon as he got his goal form, he immediately went to Earth and was about to run Goku and Vegeta the hands and lost.
Yeah.
This time, this motherfucker went out of a dimension to a pocket dimension that's similar to the time chamber, but somewhere else completely different.
He hit the time chamber for several years.
And basically, time there moved fast. So basically, he spent 10 years worth of training, and that's how he got his black form. And it looks like right now, he's about to fight the God Destruction.
And
yeah,
he'll probably beat Beerus. He'll probably beat Beerus because the thing is, what needs to be remembered, Beerus is one of the weakest gods of destruction.
Whoa, pause. In the manga, he actually soloed a lot of God Destruction.
Yeah, I thought he was the strongest.
No. If we're talking, no. I'm talking about in the pantheon of gods of destructions in multiple universes. He's one of the weakest.
Yeah, because there's stronger universes than 7, like way stronger.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, there is.
But that's my point.
So shouldn't
Power is what we're talking about.
So why isn't Beerus training himself? Like, doesn't he want to?
Because I don't
He's a
know.
god
I don't know
destruction.
if you realize by Beerus's design, but he's a cat, and cats are naturally lazy motherfuckers.
Yeah, I have one next to me. I feel you on that end.
Cats are naturally lazy sons of bitches. Anyway.
You know what? I'm sorry.
No,
Let
go
me
ahead.
stop
Get your
talking.
points out, and then we need to move on.
I was going to say the
By
one
the
thing
way-
I'm looking forward to is Beerus versus Broly, because Beerus has a thing for Broly's shit.
Honestly,
We really-
I'm gonna fucking say this right now. If you want better fucking Dragon Ball storytelling, in my opinion, There's two people you should check out. One, Marsico X. He is the former member of, he is a former / current member of Team 4 Star, voiced Goku as well in Dragon Ball Abridged. He does a series called What Ifs, and he has done a bunch of them, and one of the current ones he's doing is What If Whis raised Broly, and Broly becomes the new god of destruction. It's fucking amazing, check it out. But if you want to read a good fucking manga, in my opinion, you should check out Malik, sorry. Malik, fuck's sake, his last name. Always fucking,
You talking about Dragon Ball Heroes?
No, it's not Dragon Ball Heroes. He has his own, manga. Malik, Torihani. Malik Torihani. He has a manga called Dragon Ball New Age, which is, a fantastic manga, and he's also the artist who does all of my Dragon Ball, artwork. So you should go and check them out, because they do better story than actual Super, in my opinion. Anyway, enough flexing. Farrell, what have you been up to? No, Farrell.
Well, it was my goal to beat Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Week. So I was playing that a bunch until COVID took me down for a couple of days. Other than that, it's pretty good. So I know I didn't tell you Goki, but yeah. So my attendance in the party may be in question.
Yeah, no, man. I heard. I mean, of course, we'll talk about it offline, but yeah.
So, but yeah. So, other than that, been pretty good. Got back into Madden because my ranking went way down. So I'm back inside the top 200. So that's progress. And other than that,
Wait, you ranked down? I expected to be, top of the game with this one.
I haven't been playing that much lately.
Okay.
So, I mean, other than that, that's about it.
All right, fair enough. As far as what I've been up to, I'll make it very brief. Finished Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. My God, I cried at the end. Tear was brought to my eye until that fucking toaster ruined the moment. Fuck you, Claptrap. I hate you. I don't care if you're gonna be voiced by Jack Black. I'm gonna hate you in the fucking movie as well. I know I am. Fuck Claptrap. I have an intense hatred for that son of a bitch. Me and the group just shoot him at every opportunity we get because we fucking hate him.
That's blasphemy, but continue.
No, fuck Claptrap. Fuck Claptrap.
Come on.
No, fuck him. Fuck him.
He's cool.
No, he's not. I hate that little son of a bitch. Fuck Claptrap.
Oh, man.
Proposition. We do a GoFundMe, and if we hit $1,000, Dante has to play Borderlands a prequel, but he has to play as Claptrap.
Oh,
don't fuck it. Don't.
No. Make it better. His crew must also play at Claptrap as well.
Oh, just a gang full of Claptraps.
Don't do
Vault
that.
100 Claptraps.
Don't do that to me. Don't fucking do that to me. Don't you dare threaten me.
I am willing to suffer through it if we can do it again tonight.
Don't you dare fucking threaten me like that. Don't ever threaten me like that again.
Claptrap party. All right.
Anyway, so aside from that, obviously finished Bayonetta 3. Game sucks. Just straight up. Played Golden Axe 3. That game was great. Played Streets of Rage 3. That game was good. Really good. Not as great as 1 or 2, but it was alright. Played House of the Dead 1 and 2. Both are fantastic. Loved House of the Dead 2 and 3. They were great. And as far as what else I've been playing, let me open my Steam so I can look at my recently played, because I have the memory of a fucking... In fact, I have a memory worse than a goldfish. My memory gives goldfish insults. Been playing some Modern Warfare 2, because a viewer of mine, Ashidon, shoutouts to him, bought it for me. During sale, so he didn't buy full price. So fuck you, Activision.
Same.
I ain't paying your fucking full fucking price. Your fucking
Same.
$70 bullshit. Eat shit. Been playing some Command and Conquer, Tiberian Wars, and Red Alert 3. Been playing, yeah, fucking amazing. And some Red Alert 2. Though it's really fucking annoying to get that game working sometimes. Been playing, actually, it's a lot easier to get one running because of remaster. Been playing some Persona 5 Royal on PC because it's on PC. It's amazing. Some Dead by Daylight as well. That was a real fun time to play with the guys. We had a session where it was just lagging all over the place, and on Cyber the Wolf's side, who was playing with us, he was playing Executioner, Pyramid Head. All of us were just running at him T-posing. We were lagging so bad. He turned into just a T-posing party where we were all asserting dominance on each other. That, and I've also been on a massive Warhammer binge. Because, thanks to the news, Shenxi, I'm sure you've heard, Henry Cavill will not just be starring, he will be executive producer on an Amazon Warhammer series.
Yes, I heard.
I'm so happy. But I got into a Warhammer binge. I've been playing Dawn of War, Dawn of War 2, Dawn of War 2, and Dawn of War 3.
Hey.
Dawn of
At the
War,
same time?
one after another. Dawn of War 1, really fucking good. Great. Dawn of War 2, it's okay. I'm not a big fan of, like, small unit RTSs. Like, I like my base building and my RTSs. I really fucking love, like, that kind of base building RTS. Command and Conquer style. But it's cool. I wish the cover system was less finicky than it actually is in Dawn of War 2. But that's besides the point. Dawn of War 3? That's all I have to say.
Wow, it's a game.
It's a game that tries to be a fucking RTS and MOBA. It does neither of them well.
What's the name of the game? Because I genuinely heard God of War.
Dawn of War.
Dawn of War. Okay.
Yeah, Dawn of War. There's three of them.
Kratos is not a Warhammer.
Yeah, I was like, RTS and God of War. I missed that memo.
Look, okay, he's already still fucking up the Greek gods. He don't need to be messing with those. Actually, I don't even know what he would do in that universe.
Kratos versus the Chaos gods.
Gotcha.
Kratos fighting the gods of chaos.
Yeah, that actually would be sick.
What's a God of Chaos?
That would be sick. Then again, I have the feeling he'd just end up fucking Slanesh. I don't know why. I just he fucks every, like, okay, I should preference this. God of War 1 to 3 Chaos would God of War 1 to 3 would probably fuck Slanesh just for shits and giggles. God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok Kratos would probably just slap the bitch. But no, seriously, that would be funny. I don't know how. Oh god, I'm playing that in my head. Just fucking Kratos storming the warp. The warp has been invaded. I hear boss music. Oh no, Kratos and the Doomslayer invading the warp. That's over. That's it. Chaos is lost. Chaos is lost. Oh god. Anyway, let's move on to our first subject, shall we? I'm gonna let Omar start this one because this is his subject, as you'll clearly tell. So Omar, why do you think Microsoft does not care for its hardcore audience anymore?
Because look what their main focus is. They created a controller warmer. When you have arguably one of the worst year this year when it comes to games output, and then you're out here promoting a controller warmer, that give the wrong message to your hardcore fan base.
Is the hardcore fan base complaining, or is Sony people who see
Okay,
it
hold on. Wait till he's done talking. He's still got he's still got like 4 minutes. Let him bring the rope to the party, and then y'all motherfuckers can hang him with it for all I goddamn care. Because again, this whole thing is coming off of controller goddamn warmers. This whole
No. It's not controller warmer only. They also created almost like in Dutch. It's called poepbank. It's like a small blow up cushion where you can sit on. So basically, they're focusing on anything and everything but games. That my focus is, and
got the fridge.
especially how they.
I want that fridge, damn it.
Especially how they have done gold that dirty to the point where like you're actually insulting your core fan base that are subscribed to gold with what
Wait, let him finish.
What you've been giving them. Like it's and by the way, forgot to ask, are they complaining about whatchamacallit, games output? No, they're actually complaining about Xbox not getting Japanese games instead of actually, Microsoft themselves. Why are you focusing on this instead of focusing on actually the games?
Okay, they got the whole Persona series.
Hold on. Are you done? Are you done?
What about Yakuza?
Okay, you know what, Nappy? You are the other level-headed you're the only other level-headed person aside from me and Zero. Who really has no dog in this fight, because me and you, we get everything anyway. So please, you start us on this. If you've got thoughts on this or whatever Omar said.
So my thing with Microsoft is that, like, Microsoft does have I will admit that Microsoft does has a history of buying their talent rather than like creating it. Yeah, sure, that could be said. And then Sony is like the underdog that has to come up with something. That's how they stay alive. But I mean, as far as like producing the games, like 2023, like I want to see some games come out. Like they delayed more than enough. And also what he was talking about, like, yeah, sometimes Microsoft does come up with some weird products. Like, for example, a controller I reviewed when they were trying to push Game Pass like crazy. This little controller right here. Nice little Super Nintendo version of an Xbox controller.
Wow.
I kind of actually want that.
I didn't know Xbox had that.
Yeah, me neither.
But here's the funny thing. Doesn't work on Xbox One. Doesn't even work on PC.
What?
Straight Android.
Wait, what?
Don't work on PC.
Is it for kids? Is it for kids?
This is for your mobile. This is for Android phones, and it only works on Game Pass. Now, yes, with third-party software, with Steam clients, you can get this to work on PC. But, yeah, Microsoft sometimes been making some questionable decisions. Love this controller.
How much?
$40.
That's not bad.
Oh,
not bad.
By the way, but the company already has another controller that works on PC. It does everything that this controller do and more.
This controller is sexy. I like that.
Yeah, you can get this for like $40, but
play some Kirby Superstar.
Yeah, I've seen that with Biometric players.
Yeah, so one thing with Microsoft is that I will say that the executives are definitely kind of out of touch with their gamers. Extremely out of touch, especially what they did with Halo 343. Like they ruined Master Chief. Like taking the IP, making a Netflix series where he takes off his helmet. Like people don't understand how big of a deal that was to hardcore gamers. Master Chief never takes off his helmet, and it's. What do you say?
Have you read one of the books? He does.
Oh, which one?
People have described this man's face. Like, read a book.
I didn't read the books. I watched the movies. I haven't read none of the Halo books. I did read one Halo comics about the Spartan 2. No, not Spartan 2, Spartan 3s. About how the Spartan 3, the one that survived from Halo Reach, started the Spartan 4 project.
I would say, don't you dare talk about G-Bay's Halo.
Oh, we'll get
yes,
to that.
But also not only that, but like they have Gears of War, they have all these great IPs. I just want to see Microsoft produce like some actual solid games that can stick. That could be like a reason why to play Xbox instead of just buying up a bunch of companies. I still want them to buy Activision though, just because I think it's funny. be honest. That Sony's complaining about, oh my god, we're gonna lose IPs. I'm like, Sony, you've been doing the same thing. I'm still gonna bring this up forever. I can't play Final Fantasy 16 until December, while everyone else gets to play it June. I'm not buying a PlayStation 5 to play it at June. I'll just wait.
And I can't play Bloodborne at 60 frames per second.
Oh, yeah, that too. I mean, I don't think that's even going to come to PC at all. We already know it's not coming to Xbox. It's already been confirmed because of the court case that Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Hold up. Why would Bloodborne ever come to Xbox? PlayStation owns the IP.
Dude,
they own it.
PlayStation literally created the IP. Why would
say software created the IP?
No, PlayStation owns the IP. The PlayStation Bloodborne IP is literally owned by PlayStation.
Yeah, it's Dark Souls that.
Yeah,
but no, the point still stands. Like I'll never get it at 60 frames per second because they're so ham-fisted about it.
Yeah, they want to have console wars. Fine, don't cry when other companies do it too. But at the same time, going back to Microsoft, I just want Microsoft to actually pay attention to its games and fix Halo for the love of God. The Forge, apparently, I heard is the best Forge out of all the Forges.
Yeah, y'all seen the Waffle House?
What's that?
Somebody used Forge to build like a Waffle House map.
Oh, you building a Waffle House map?
Is there chairs that I can throw across to a goddamn employee who will just buy it out of the way?
Hey, I guarantee you after this week there probably will be.
But I heard the Forge is really good, so I might download Halo again just for the Forge and play all the custom maps. They did something good. They're on the right track, but I really hate the I just hate battle passes in general. Like, they need to fix this. I want my Halo. I want old Halo back where you could just plug skills to unlock cool armor rather than just a battle pass and just grind for God knows how long. Even after they fix it, I still hate grinding.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done. That's it.
Right, well, I'm gonna get mine out of the way right now. See, for the longest time since the Bethesda buyout, I've been turning around and saying that the fruits of that buyout will not be apparent for another 2 to 3 years. 3 years later, or about there, 2-3 years later. When was the Microsoft buyout? 2019. When was the buyout? It was 2019. 2019. Yeah.
I was like, no, go on.
Yeah, so like so I was right on the money. About 3 years after the fact, this year we're gonna start seeing the fruits of that labor. Like, the problem is with people like Omar's statement that they've got no games. Like, previous generations, I fully fucking would have gone with them. Like, near the end of the Xbox 360 era, like mid to end 360 era, Xbox One, fully on board with the fact that Xbox has no fucking games. The problem with that argument now is they do have games. The problem is people like Omar were expecting Bethesda to suddenly pump out exclusive games like within a year. The problem is that's impossible because of existing contracts, basically existing contracts and the fact that games are taking long to develop. We'll get to that later. So it wouldn't be for another 2-3 years that we actually start seeing the fruits of that labor, which we're going to be seeing this year with the amount of exclusives that are actually coming out to Xbox. I actually have a list of them. Give me a moment. Where did I put that list? Because this year we're going to have so reportedly this year we're going to have Forza Motorsports. We're going to have Hellblade 2. We're going to have Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, which I don't think anybody...
Wait, hold up. Hellblade... Wait, 1 second. Hellblade is... got a date?
Hellblade has a year.
It does have a year? Okay, I didn't even know that.
It should be coming out this year. Like, that's...
Does it have a date? No. Did they say that? Because I don't recall it.
No. There's no official date. Like, just like a lot of...
Oh, so you're just assuming now.
No, I'm not assuming.
No, they announced it for coming
out. Oh, they announced it. Okay, I'm just trying to understand.
Oh, mate. No, you're trying to poke holes so you've got a fucking argument, which you don't.
No, I'm genuinely
Stalker-
trying to understand.
So we've also got Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, which I don't think anybody in their right mind is going to give them shit for delaying the game, considering a current war of unnamed caused by an unnamed country. So we got State of Decay 3, which is supposed to be coming out this year as well. Age of Empires is coming out this year as well. The Last Case of Benedict Fox is another one. Everwild. The Outer Worlds 2 is apparently they're slating that for this year as well.
Wait, Everwild coming out this year?
Hold on, Outer Worlds 2.
I think Everwild comes out this
No,
year.
Everwild. I was thinking.
Oh yeah,
Everwild's
Everwild apparently is. Apparently that's listed as slated for this year as well.
Wow, that's okay.
Believe when I see it, but
Yeah,
I believe it when I
it.
see it, because last time I heard it was rebooted 3 times.
Again, I'm going off of a list that's saying games of Xbox games coming out in 2023. I'm going off of this list. Redfall is coming out this year. Arc 2, I'm not even going to count. Fable, I'm not going to count. Starfield is coming out this year as well. Like, the reason I'm not counting Fable or Arc 2 is because I've not heard anything of those two. Like, the developers have been radio silent on both of those. At least the other ones have outwardly stated they're slating it for this year. So yeah, like I said, the fruits of the labor of that Bethesda buyer are clear to be seen right here with some of these games, and some other games as well. So they turn around and say, so when you've got all of these games sitting in the wing, like still brewing to be coming out this year, what other products are you gonna put out there that you could make money off of? So of course you look to like the fucking ridiculousness and the off the wall shit of a fucking controller warmer and a fridge. Like, at least a fridge has a fridge to me at least has a practical goddamn application. I can cool my drinks in it and I can reach down and just grab one without getting off my ass. Alright, so at least there's that. A controller warmer, I won't lie, sometimes my hands get cold, but I don't use a controller, and I'm not getting a mouse warmer because, like, this mouse is fucked as it is already, so why would I want that? But, yeah, so you just look, like, all of these companies have released dumb shit to make a quick buck over the time. I mean, for fuck's sake, PlayStation only just started allowing you to buy the goddamn side panels for the PS5 router. Oh, sorry, no, that's not a router. That's the actual PlayStation 5.
Yeah, after they sued the third-party company that made side panels.
Exactly. So, like, you're gonna start bringing out accessories for your console and for controllers.
That's how they make their money. They make their money more on accessories than the actual product itself, so...
Yeah, I mean, for fuck's sake, there's a goddamn media remote for the PlayStation 5 I wasn't even aware of.
There's a media remote for both consoles.
There is. Yeah. There wasn't one for the PlayStation 4. That's where I got confused.
You sure?
I'm sure there wasn't one for the PlayStation 4. I know there was one for the PS3. I own it.
Yes. Yeah, there was.
I thought it was that PlayStation 1 thingy for PlayStation 4 also acted as
remote. There was
remote.
one for 4, but I'll take your word for it because you looks like you actually try to get it.
But yeah, like, I mean, for fuck's sake. And plus, a lot of this stuff... Here's the other thing as well that needs to be taken into consideration. This is the point I'll leave it on. I guarantee you, Microsoft is not the first... This is the other thing that kind of bugs me about this point that you're trying to make, Omar, is the fact that you're focusing on Microsoft doing this when third parties have been doing this for fucking years. Oh, just now Microsoft wants a piece of that pie.
No, I am not focusing on Microsoft doing this. Doing this is not the issue. It's the issue doing it right and now. If they did it next year to this year with the amount of games output, I would have said, yeah, do your thing. But when you have close to zero output last year...
No, but the problem is, like I just fucking turned around and told you, if they've got all these games coming out that they just can't release because otherwise we'll have another fucking Cyberpunk reference where the games will actually be less fucking finished. Like, what else are they gonna do? Like in what you're basically fucking the scenario you're basically painting there, Omar, is damned if they do, damned if they don't. If they release new games, they've got no games. They don't care about their audience because they're not releasing anything, not even controllers or other stuff that will make people happy. No, they're not releasing anything. Xbox don't care. They're releasing controllers, but they've got no games because the games are coming out next year in 2023 and 2024 because they take time to develop. Xbox doesn't care about their fucking fans because they're not releasing games that are nowhere near finished, and they're releasing controllers instead.
I made a few multiple points. I made the point of the controller and the hand warmer. I made the point of the game output, and I also made the point of game Xbox with gold, game with gold was there giving out.
What's that last point?
They're giving it.
You know what, Farrell? Go ahead. You go ahead, Farrell. Go ahead. You go ahead. Now I want the Xbox guys' opinions on this.
I'll say hardcore gamers care about Monster Hunter Rise. We're getting that, and we're getting it in Game Pass Day 1. So if you have Xbox Live Gold, you probably also have Game Pass. So you're getting that. You're getting Monster Hunter Rise. You got Persona 5 a couple months ago.
Yeah. No, as far as sorry, I'm going to lean into your point. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, as far as Japanese games as well, because you tried bringing this up. Crisis Core 5 Fantasy 7 Reunion, One Piece Odyssey, Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, Tales of Symphonia Remastered, Like a Dragon Ishin, Wolong Fallen Dynasty, Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle Speed Edition, Tekken Street Fighter 6, Demon School, Eulidium Chronicles 100 Heroes, what's next? Fuja Melodies of Steel 2, Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, Ninokune 2 Revenant Kingdom, and Like a Dragon 8 has also been confirmed for Xbox Series SX and Tekken 8. That is the Japanese games I was able to find on a single Google search coming out for Xbox Series SX. This year.
Tales of Symphonia. Tales of Symphonia is supposed to be a Nintendo exclusive. That's interesting.
And we just got.
It was released on PC and PS3 last gen or 2 gens ago.
Oh, I knew it was on PC. The PC port was terrible.
The PS3 port was also passable.
Yeah, but that was the PS3. No one could fucking code for that shit.
Just get a Dolphin emulator. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
That's true. All right, go on, Farrell, please.
We just got the Lego Star Wars, which is pretty cool. That's in Game Pass. Wolong is coming March 3rd. Atomic Heart's coming February. Monster Hunter is coming January. So they're gonna put a big game in Game Pass every month for the first 3 months of the year. Persona 3 and Persona 4 coming January 19th. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they've been giving gamers. So I wouldn't say that they don't care about their gamers, because we've been getting a lot of pretty good games to the console and especially on Game Pass. So I mean, I can't complain. And if you want to play Monster Hunter Rise, you don't have to buy it. So
yeah, that's a good Monster Hunter Rise is a good game.
It's also a Japanese game. Because
it is Japanese.
Yeah, it's coming to Game Pass. But remember, Capcom don't care about Xbox because they got labeled under other.
And Atomic Heart is an Xbox global publishing deal. So that's one of their first party, studios, bringing that game up. So I mean, they haven't forgotten about their fan base at all. I don't think controller warmers. I mean, if you're on the Xbox, then you can argue that, but you don't have Xbox, and there's plenty of games looking at it just on Game Pass. I think there are none that are new that they brought in recently. You got Ni no Kuni, like that came in too, remastered. So yeah, I think it's a bunch of nothing. I mean, we can talk about 2022 being a bad year for them. But they released a couple of good first party games. They just weren't a big AAA one.
Jube, in the immortal words of Shao Kahn, Finish him.
Finish me? He is the fucking one that talked about it. He is the one that been complaining the most about it. Go ahead, Jubei. Finish me. Finish me.
Most?
Dude, how many?
Hold on,
You
here we go.
literally pick every
Let the man
single
talk.
play.
Oi,
Every single.
Omar, I will
Okay,
mute.
go
I
ahead.
will mute
Go
you
ahead.
if you don't
Go
let him
ahead.
talk.
Go ahead.
Did you really say that I complain? I don't complain about shit. I make fun of shit. Like the controller warmer shit, that shit's hilarious. Like it doesn't really affect me. I'm not gonna buy it. Somebody out there is. It's not me. I have plenty of shit to play. My backlog is monument. Fucking monument.
You have to buy everything. You got the Xbox onesies.
I do have an Xbox onesie. They are doing marketing wise, yeah. I'm that guy. I'll just buy their shit, and that's cool. But don't say I'm sitting here complaining about it. I'm not. I might bitch about things, but it's not like Microsoft's shitty for doing this, that, and the third. We're getting games. I have games to play. Like what I'm hearing now is somebody who doesn't have an Xbox, has no intention of ever owning an Xbox.
Hold up. How do you know that? I literally showed. Hold up. I literally showed you the rig that was close to buying. That's an Xbox.
No, the rig is not an Xbox. It's a PC, and you can play.
Yeah, but I
thought you
can
was
play
getting a
games on
PC.
Xbox.
No, you don't have an Xbox. You're not going to own an Xbox, but you're telling me what's good for Xbox. I don't want to hear that. You don't have no skin in the game. None. So
were you not the one that in the group chat talked about how Battle Network is not coming to Xbox? Now I'm gonna get on PC.
no, I don't. I don't talk about Battle.net because I don't play Battle.net games.
Dude,
That's a PC thing.
The Mega Man collection, the
Battle Network.
Battle Network. Yeah, I mean, I want to play Mega Man. I'm just going to emulate it.
Yeah,
Like,
you said it.
I'm gonna say you can just emulate that. That's easy.
It's not Xbox's fault that they're not bringing it to fucking them. They're not fucking Capcom. They don't have a say.
I never said it's Xbox fault though.
But
I
you
just
are.
said
No,
hold up. You're mixing two conversations together. I said Xbox is missing out on Japanese games. I didn't say Xbox is at fault with that. I said Xbox is at fault with their game output and their mentality and their focus.
The problem, no, hold on. Sorry, go ahead, Juba.
Their focus is 2023 is games. That's what they said in June. That's what it's looking like. That's what we're going to get.
Like we get Wolong in what 2 months? Let me check. When's Wolong dropping in?
What's up?
That's a big Japanese game. We're getting Monster Hunter Rise in a couple weeks.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise on the 20th. Wolong is definitely a game I know I personally.
3rd of March. 3rd of March for Wolong.
3rd of
Yep.
March.
That's within 3 months.
And that's day one Game Pass. And you get Atomic Heart in February, which is the first party.
Once again, I'd just like to bring up all of these when their output of games has been solely reliant on the fact that when they bought Bethesda, there were still existing contracts. A lot of the games that are coming out exclusively for the Xbox were games that were in earliest conception when they bought them, so they can get them. But games like Deathloop and some other games like that were already contracted to come out for PlayStation as well.
Definitely wasn't that great.
All right, so I mean, there's two ways to look at it because Xbox did buy a bunch of studios prior to the Bethesda purchase,
which will need time to make games.
Yeah, so you can look at that's what I was going to say. You can look at that a couple of different ways of saying like some of these studios should have games out already, which is a fair thing to say because I mean like I don't think it's normal for a publisher to buy a studio and instantly demand a new IP the way Xbox has done it for pretty much all of the studios outside of Ninja Theory. And didn't Ninja Theory still make a new IP, Bleeding Edge, that failed? So even they made a new IP. So basically, every studio that PlayStation has purchased they have gone out of the way to say the moment we buy you, you have to make a new IP. So, that's putting like one, they have to integrate. So it's not your typical saying like, oh, 5 years I'm gonna get a new game. You gotta integrate into Microsoft and all of this stuff. And then you gotta figure out what new IP you're gonna make and all this other stuff. So I just think it's fans have to be a little more patient than normal. I think Xbox probably should have, maybe considered letting a couple of the studios make something that's already in their wheelhouse instead of making every studio do something new. Maybe you have 1 or 2 games by now, otherwise. But I mean, it's to me, it's not too bad of a thing. They've done a good job of putting games in their service and bringing new games to the platform in the meantime.
By the way, Jube, I apologize. Were you done with your point? Jube?
He's muted.
Hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, can hear you.
But we're getting a big AAA. We're getting a big AAA game to Game Pass every month up until April, as of right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm cool with it. Like people saying, the majority of people saying that they're out of touch are not involved and have no skin in the game. Like I said, like why are you telling me what's good or bad for me? Like, if I don't like shit, I'm just not going to pay the money. It's a very simple thing for me personally. I don't need to look at the marketing moves on a whole. Like people can say, oh, they made nail polish. Shit, I'm not buying it. Somebody out there is though. Good for them. Like I'm not going to tell them, yeah, you shouldn't sell that. Like, nah. They obviously don't get paid.
Let him, Patron, man. Let him talk.
No, they don't. They had no games last year, and they don't have any. They're not really getting Japanese games like that. At least they can do is sell some controller warmers because they need some kind of fucking income, right? So, geez. But yeah, like I really don't care about any of that. Like it doesn't affect me in the slightest. Like they're allowed to sell whatever the fuck they want to sell. Like when they have something I want to buy, I'm gonna buy it. Very simple.
All right. I think we've exhausted this topic. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. Are games taking too long? Now, what I mean by that is, are games taking too long to develop? So, I will point everybody over to this tweet made by Jason Schreier, who said, fun fact, video game production cycles have gotten so long that if a big budget game studio started working on a brand new project today, it would likely be out for the PlayStation 6. So here's the thing, and I will loop this back to the previous topic because I actually alluded to this when I was talking about when they bought Bethesda. You wouldn't see the fruits of this for another 2-3 years. This is why. This is the whole goddamn point I was trying to make. Like, people are just like, here's the problem. It's a double-edged sword here. One, yes, games are getting way too big for their own ambitions at this point. In a lot of ways. Like, just, I mean, for fuck's sake, yeah, God, let me collect my thoughts on this because that last topic drained me already. But yeah, so big games that start production take a while anyway. Like the only time that they don't, I mean, even the newest Call of Duties have a rather long actually take 3 years to develop these days anyway. At least the ones that fucking work and are good. Like Modern Warfare 3. That has been in production probably for the last 2.5-3 years. Like they probably started production of that soon after Modern Warfare came out, and that was in 2018. This Modern Warfare, that's 4 years since the last Modern Warfare. So like even Call of Duty's taken a long time to do it. But the problem is like so longer production times are to be expected, which is why we're still waiting on any update on that Wolverine game that Sony showed off. Like how long ago was that? But no one's complaining about but no one's complaining about that.
Like 3 years.
Exactly.
Oh, it's going on 3.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't hear I don't hear nobody complaining about that. For some reason, even if I take off my headphones and listen to the distance, I don't hear anybody complaining about that. But that again, we've come to expect this about these big games because these developers are trying to, in some regards, reinvent the wheel, and in some regards not. But it's also because just a lot of development is never hammered down. Like, you hear a lot about studios rebooting development because one thing or another didn't pan out. Like, it doesn't seem like they go into developing a game with a solid 90% plan. Like, they seem to go in by the seat of their pants. I mean, how many games have we heard about that got things taken out or rebooted or whatever? Like, I mean, you got some of the problems going on at some of the Microsoft studios. There was one that was mentioned earlier. Cyberpunk 2077 had the same goddamn problem, and that was, in development for like fucking 8 years. And Mass Effect Andromeda is another problem. Anthem is another example. Like, these studios, they just don't. These studios, they don't go in with a full plan. So that's how we end up with bullshit like this that we'll probably not see a brand new big budget studio game for another couple of years, which is why these AA studios are great, because we'll see great games from them but they seem to be more tempered with their goddamn expectations and their work. I don't know. Nappy, what do you think, my man? What do you think?
I'm starting to think that, like, because of video game production, as far as these current titles, these big AAA titles that have been coming out, they keep on trying to one up from the previous version. They keep on trying to build up these new things, like these amazing high graphics. And I honestly think to this point now, like, I think they need to take a step back and realize that, like, there are limitations. We can only go but so far as with the hardware we got, and currently, majority of the consumers don't have that really, really strong homework that can handle all these dreams and fantasies about how we want our video games to be. It's especially like with like me learning Unreal Engine 5, and then also knowing the blueprint coding, also looking in the Udemy engine. Like, the stuff that goes into making video games now is just crazy. Even just something simple as just making a bunch of facial animations. Like, you got to hire an actor. They have to sit there. They have to put this thing over their face. They have to talk out all the lines. Like, it's like, production is insane. It's really insane, especially building up all these new assets. Of course, yeah, you have companies that are trying to make, like, AMD and Nvidia trying to make their stuff easier for these producers, but there's only so much it can do. Honestly, like, when it comes to AAA games, like, I look more forward to AA games because they're usually they're like $40 or $50 and solid story, fun gameplay. Like, I don't need like a crazy cinematic video game anymore. It's just, when I see a crazy cinematic video game, I'm like, oh, I wonder how much money they spend on this. What actor did they hire? How much did they pay this actor? Oh god. Oh wait, who's this? Like, it's just, yeah. Like, honestly, like, these budgets are big, but it's honestly unnecessary. And honestly, they just need to plan to make a good quality game with some good gameplay instead of trying to do all these crazy cinematic 3D rendering, ray tracing. I can want to see the sweat drop off down from your chin, then hit the floor, and I want to hear it drop. Like, it's, yeah, like, these productions are getting a little crazy. If anything, I'll just want to go see a movie. If you want to do all that, I want to play a game. Just let me play a video game. Let the combat be good. Let the controls be all right. We're good to go. Yes, I do like a good story, but it doesn't take that much. It doesn't take me seeing every single pore with sweat coming out of it.
It's kind of crazy though when you think about it. That, like, okay, so here's a question that I want to throw your way, Nappy. Because, like, and for me, it comes down to the case of, like, it just feels like the talent behind doing these games just isn't as, I don't want to say disciplined, but again, it goes in, it's that whole thing about not going in with a plan. That's not what he's saying. Omar, get your boy out of here. He's making a fool of himself and you. But yeah, like as far as like when I was talking about video game developers just not going in with like a clear mindset with what they want to do and what they want to accomplish, like would you say that's an issue? Because I kind of have a game on my mind about that, and I'm questioning if you think there it's a AA or a AAA studio in Kojima Productions. Like as it stands right now, not with Konami, but right now, would you consider them AA or AAA?
Wait, which game was this? You said Konami
No.
Studio right now?
Okay, no. Okay, so the example I'm trying to make is Death Stranding. Like
Right.
that kind of
That
ticks,
movie.
yeah, but it kind of ticks all the boxes you're talking about, like cinematic experience in a lot of regards. Hired some big actors. Hideo Kojima, bless his soul, invented a new genre in walking in a delivery simulator, stuff like that. But like from initial trailer to release, that was only like 3 years.
Yeah. That was. I'm not saying the gameplay wasn't that really bad at all. It was it wasn't it wasn't as,
for
like,
everybody. It wasn't for everybody. But no,
it wasn't for everybody.
my
It was
whole-
like it was very minimalistic, like gameplay, like what they try to add it into it.
But my point, the point I'm trying to make is like when you look at that seems like a game that they went into with a clear idea of what they wanted to do. Or Hideo Kojima had a clear idea of what he wanted to do, what he wanted to say, all of that stuff. And it only took it took from first reveal, because the reveal trailer was in 2016. Game came out 3 years later. And they had to work with a new engine, which was the Decima engine, and they clearly picked up on that pretty quickly. They got all the motion capture and everything done. So would you say that's an instance of, unlike a lot of these other studios, it's seeming that they had a clear idea, like they had a goal and they worked towards it, where a lot of these other studios just, they don't go in with that same level of like
structure?
Yeah, same level of structure. Yeah, thank you.
Well, okay, so when he announced in 2016, was the game already in development or did it just start it?
I think it was slightly into development, because the trailer that was first announced wasn't even on the Decima engine. The reveal trailer.
Oh, they switched engine.
No. This was when he was still shopping for an engine.
When it was started, it was on Sucker Punch.
I didn't hear anything he just said.
I couldn't hear what he said.
I'm pretty sure when that trailer came out, he was still looking for the engine that he wanted to put his game on. So I could only assume it was in pre-production.
The trailer was on Sucker Punch engine.
Yeah, that's it.
Sucker Punch engine. Okay. So for that taking 3 years, that's honestly extremely impressive. Like AAA game like that for 3 years, that is seriously impressive. But that's like the only game I've ever heard of. That's like a AAA level that came out within 3 years. And not kind of God of War Ragnarok, because they reuse assets. They reused a lot of assets. They just fine-tuned some things.
But to be fair with God of War, they did, in God of War's defense, because there is behind the scenes of it, we saw that they did have to motion capture all of the brand new cutscenes and stuff.
Oh yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying they definitely reused assets. Like that was clear as day. But that's not a bad thing.
And COVID hit as well. So I think in that it's kind of, I think we might have got Ragnarok earlier if COVID hadn't hit. Honestly, I think that's fair to say. We would have got it earlier.
Yeah, I'll give it that. But
Judge was also injured.
What do you say?
Christopher Judge was also injured.
Yeah.
Operation. So stuff happens.
Yeah. I mean, well, glad he's up on his feet.
Yeah. I apologize. I'm interrupting. I just wanted to throw that out there as like a thing of like, could it be a level? Could it be a lack of structure when it goes into AAA games? That's a problem as well, like a major problem.
Yeah, I mean, look at all you gotta do is just go back to look at Anthem. These people, they're supposed to be a 6 years production. They didn't start till year 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then not only that, and as a matter of fact, the team didn't even know what they were making until they saw the cinematic trailer of the game, and they're like, Wait, what?
We got the wrong T-shirts printed.
Hold up. Everwild was the same thing. They didn't know what they want to make, gameplay-wise.
Wait, what game was you saying?
Everwild.
Everwatch?
Everwild.
Everwild.
Oh, Everwild. I actually haven't played Everwild, so
It's not even
it's not even a demo.
We haven't heard anything but rumors on that game. Just gotta wait and see.
No, it was not rumor. It was actually from one of the developer came out and said on air that he doesn't know what the gameplay is going to be. So then why even?
Wait, so is the game coming? Do we have a confirmed date when the game's coming out then?
No.
For Everwild?
The reason why it's frustrating because there was a trailer showing like it as
And the trailer was amazing.
Right. It didn't have gameplay, but it's a little bit.
It was a great art style.
It's a little bit misleading because at the time that it was announced, you would think, "Oh, okay, we'll probably see gameplay within 18 months, right?" And then that is way past. And then there was news like, "Oh, they didn't really know exactly the direction of the game, and people left." And it's just more drama than we were hoping for.
Well, yeah. In that case, it probably will be a clear misdirection, no structure. They need to get like one of those ticketing systems about how to manage their work, or get like a project no, seriously, like get a project scheduler. Because clearly the manager is like not handling all the tasks in a timely fashion. So yeah, get one of those systems for their company.
I mean that game never had a release window though. That was just part of their. This is everything that we're working on. Like this is the future of the Xbox Series brand.
Yeah,
that's very reasonable.
He's not wrong. It was first shown 2 years ago in the July showcase. It looks like it is just a lot of art style because I'm looking at it right now. I'll show everybody.
But this talks about what Dante was saying: damned if you do, damned if you don't. Unfortunately, the narrative. PlayStation is fighting a different narrative than Xbox. Xbox's narrative is that they're not taking care of the games that they've had as part of their stable, like a Halo or with 343, and that the teams that they have acquired, even though it's too soon to get anything out of them, because there was a drought kind of entering this situation, it just feels more amplified. So either you buy studios and people complain that they haven't made them yet, or you never had anything compelling before these acquisitions and people complain about them. But that's reality. That's reality.
There wasn't a drought though. They've released a bunch of first-party games since acquiring those studios.
I feel where you're coming from, and you've been pretty realistic on things that are either rumors or not. But I guess, like, for me, after this amount of time has passed, and I personally have had a disappointing experience with games I've been looking forward to, that's all I can talk about. Like, for me, for example, Turn 10, I love Turn 10. You know I love Turn 10. So with potentially Forza coming out on PC within the next 4 months, I'm just going to talk about that because that's where my money's going to go. Now, if that game is bad, then I'm going to be mad. But because they actually have a racing game that I want to play on Steam, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to wait until I see some gameplay. But, you know, other than that, I don't know what else I'm going to be excited about. It gets hard for me to say, yeah, they've got all these games, but nothing I'm interested in. Like, after the years
were you excited with Everwild?
Hold on, let's get back on structure. I actually want Kofi to go next. But quickly, Nappy, I actually have some solid information for you. The earliest development of Death Stranding began in 2015, December, during the reformation of Kojima Productions. So I assume Hideo Kojima was in his little crack room with his cocaine and his junk food, just writing down the script. Full development didn't start till 2017.
That 2 years of just straight writing scripts and stuff. I mean,
so he knew what he was going to do.
That's Kojima, though.
Yeah, he went into development in full development of the game. Like, the game started being made in 2017 by the looks of it. So they knew what they wanted, which again kind of leads into what I was saying about, like, developers just don't go into these games knowing what they want to make. All right, go on, Kofi. I want you to give me your points.
Yeah, I mean, I think
games taking too long. That is the subject. By the way.
That is the subject. I think that some AAA games do take too long. I think at the rate we're going, we will not see that change for a long time because of us being fans, us being vocal about quality assurance, right? We have seen game after game after game not really live up to expectations at launch. And we get it. The scopes are so huge. Nappy said it really well, right? A game that you want to have revolutionary AI, or you're aiming for something unique with the AI. So that's a little bit of the wheel getting reinvented, or environments, or motion capture, or voice work, and actors, and all these things. And then doing quality assurance for all of that is getting more expensive. And I'm going to assume the rise, well, maybe I'm wrong. I feel like there's going to be more individuals trying to start companies that bring some sort of quality assurance to the video game industry, just because there's all these categories now. You could be like, oh, we're quality assurance, but we specialize in all things around, I don't know, engine optimization. Like, just specifically like, oh, you're doing an Unreal 5 stuff? Bring us on. We do all the Unreal 5 stuff. We don't do anything else. We just literally help you with like making sure the framework works on all platforms, right? Go to PC, AMD, Intel, NVIDIA, whatever. And then there's another team that does, who knows, cloud infrastructure, right? But they focus specifically on online, like, multiplayer, because there's just so much scope, and you can't have, one group of people literally just playing the whole game and be like, oh yeah, like, the game's great. It's just not going to cut it anymore. So I see AAA games, unfortunately, getting longer if we're going to continue to see games either maintain this level of bugginess on release or get better. Because let's be honest, even though I think some games are a buggy mess, it's the standard. It's our reality. These games come out and you lose save files, or it causes something to overheat with your GPU, or who knows. You
Keanu Reeves T-posing in the background. I'll never stop bringing that up.
Hey, after he says let's party like it's 2023.
Yes!
To me, I think Nappy was touching on something that gave me a quick light bulb. I feel like, this might sound like kind of out of left field, every developer that makes a AAA game needs to make sure they also have a AA game that maybe, it doesn't have to be in the same genre as a AAA game, but I think it creates a healthy work balance. Because think about this, like Guerrilla, huge team, right? And they're so big, it seems like they're working on 2 projects. Naughty Dog, working on 2 projects. I'm sure there's some Microsoft team that works on multiple projects. And that's because each phase does not require all the employees, right? You could have one phase where they're doing, I don't know, unit testing or something like that. And the other phase, they're writing code. So I think that maybe if you could break it down to one game, or one IP in that stable gets released biannually, right? Like every 2 years, they've got a AA game, and it's great. Almost something like Yakuza. Yakuza's, to me, I don't think Yakuza's a AAA game. That's just my take. But they're able to get those things out like every 2.5 years, like between Judgment and Lost Judgment. That was like what? Oh, actually, I think it was like 3 years, right? Yeah, because Judgment came out 2018. No. Okay, Judgment came out December 2018 in Japan. And then Lost Judgment came out 2021 September. So it's like just over 2 years.
I would say,
and I think that's a great rhythm.
I would say so 2 things I just want to bring up real quick as far as quality assurance. First of all, the extended development time, if quality assurance was a part of that, I'd understand. The problem is like we've been in an era now where clearly there is no fucking quality assurance. Like we've not seen any fucking improvement as far as like a lot of these fucking games coming out, non-buggy goddamn messes. Even games that have been delayed to be quality assured haven't been fucking good. Halo Infinite and fucking Cyberpunk 2077. The other thing was, I disagree. I think by the time Yakuza 6, like I would say at that point, it kind of turned into Yakuza kind of turned into a AAA game. Because like the step up, like I'm just talking, like if you look at the Yakuza series from like 5 to 6, because I think zero.
I mean, you're totally right. The Dragon engine is way better.
Yeah, zero, Kiwami 1 and 2 and 6. They came out between 5 and 6, right?
Correct.
Yeah. You just look at like that huge fucking leap. Like clearly, someone at Sega realized, oh, there's money in their fucking Yakuza hills. Like let's front them a couple more billion fucking yen, get a whole new engine, remake the first 2 games, do a prequel, and then the next game, and then completely shift up the genre with 7. And like to me, that whole step up moved it from AA to AAA.
Okay, that's fair. Well, then I think they deserve some praise for their release schedule. Of course, like Snappy Senshi said, there's a difference between a studio going from scratch with a brand new engine and evolving something like the Dragon engine. And so now they're getting out, either Ishiins or Judgments or Yakuza 7 with Ichiban or with Kazuya. Like they're on fire. Like in the last 10 years, they've done like 6 games, which is great. And then like I guess for me as a gamer, I love balancing what I would call A games with AA games with AAA games. If I look at Falcom, I would say their games are not even AA, but they do annual releases. Since 2016, they had either an East game or a Trails game every single year, and those are lengthy RPGs, at least 40 hours. So if I guess from my experience, if I take 4 AAA games or 6 AAA games and then play them around on those AA experiences, I can stay with a very few developers I love a lot and be very happy. I guess that's just how I kind of digest the AAA. Because here's the thing, if I go from AAA game to AAA game at launch, you guys are right. I'd probably be pissed with all the bugs that I encounter. But because I'm always sprinkling in AA games, I don't experience that as much. Kind of. I would say that maybe sometimes even an indie game could be buggy. It wasn't like Chain Deck, because it was perfect. But I guess I try to balance my expectations, because I really do feel like the AAA dev time not only is long now, it will be longer between now and PlayStation 6. Even though technically it's easier to program for now compared to 10 years ago, right, when there was different architectures. I still think things like quality assurance are going to make it longer. I really think that we're going to see more uniqueness with how quality assurance is provided to developers because of how unique scope is for games. But that's just me.
And to give you some context as far as like what the Yakuza team had been up to, I can actually pinpoint you the year where I say they went AAA, and it was 2015, because that's when Yakuza 0 came out. Then in 2016, they released Kiwami and Yakuza 6. Then in 2017, they released Kiwami 2. 2018, they released Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise, and Judgment, as well as a mobile game. 2020, then they actually missed a year, and in 2020, bought out Yakuza Like a Dragon. 2021 was Lost Judgment, and this year is going to be Like a Dragon Ishin and Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. And then next year, we have Like a Dragon 8.
It's crazy.
This team has been consistently pounding them out, like year after year.
Yeah,
they have to be using the same assets. That's a lot.
Hey, dude, even reusing the assets, that's a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
All right.
I'm very curious what their production costs are and everything. But anyway, yeah. That's it. That's it.
All right, Jube. What are your thoughts of productions going longer? He's dead, Jim. It's either that or his dreads got caught in the fucking ceiling fan again. Alright, fair off. We'll move on to you then.
I mean, I think we're gonna start to see some longer development times. So I think we are starting to see longer development times as they shift away from making the older console games. I think now that they're focusing purely on this generation of games, I think they're trying to really maximize that, get the most of these consoles. I think that's just kind of what's been pushing it the most. I think we'll start to see, development time slow get better. I mean, speed up as we get some of these games out. But I mean, we got today. I mean, this year is a big year. I think a lot of it also was COVID related. So now that we got done with COVID, I think we're gonna be pretty good.
Can only hope. Jube, you alive over there?
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, your thoughts on video games taking too long, and and why you
I
think they might be.
I actually want to agree with Kofi, man. I think we're just in an era of like excess. You know what I mean? Like the budgets are just for at least in AAA side, like everything's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as we go along. And even with the sad part is, even if, say, what Jason Schreier said comes true, like, games thought about now aren't going to come out until the next generation. They're still gonna launch buggy and full of bullshit, because that's just kind of how business is in the gaming sphere. So it's like, even with longer dev times, that does not mean improved product either. It's still just going to take longer to get more of the same, which I'm not looking forward to in that sense. I just think it's just a bunch of bloat and just a lack of just quality in general in the industry that we just got to deal with. We shouldn't have to deal with it, but we do. Granted, there's still devs out there that do amazing work, even with like minuscule budgets and no staff, and we can get like solid projects from those people. But it's that kind of gives me hope, and it's like, okay, now what's your excuse? Why can't you with the AAA budget do the same thing? Like it's just kind of ridiculous. And why? It's like there's so many things. There's motion cap. There's so many new elements involved in games that we have to take into account for. That it's crazy. I mean, it's a cool thing, but the downside is we gotta wait for shit. I don't know how you can make these huge, big budget movies. I guess I don't. How long did Avatar 2 take to come out? Like, what's the time span between Avatar 1 and 2?
The thing with Avatar is it's a little different, and my remembrance to why is because they were making not just 2, but they were making 3 and 4 at the same time. Like, they were effectively making 3 movies at once. But let me find out for you.
That just sounds like an awful idea. Why would you do that?
I have no fucking clue. And it's 13 years.
So we should see 3 and 4 relatively soon, right?
3 is coming out in 2024, apparently. 3 is coming out in 2024, apparently. 4 is coming out in 2026, and 5 is coming out in 2028.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Right,
Still too long.
Those movies. Ugh.
The blue people.
It's not even a good. The first movie's not even a good fucking movie. It's basically just fucking.
It's not. I agree with you. It is not a good movie.
Gotta love that. You gotta love the way how that fruit looks in that forest that you can't breathe in.
It's cowboys and Indians, bro. We know the story.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Well, they have water people now.
It's cowboys and Indians and water. It ain't special.
No, they already fucking made that. It's called Cowboys and Aliens. You got anything else to add? Because I need to throw it over to Omar.
No. Like I said, I can't really explain. Like I can explain it, but I can't. And I don't think long times like this are beneficial for us. So.
All right. So Omar, what are your thoughts on development times getting longer?
My thought is on people, and I'm not talking about us, I'm talking about people. People expect the best thing, and they expect it at a short time. And then they get mad when game launch buggy and broken. One, game should never be okay to be launched broken. That's absolutely not an excuse. It started with free-to-play games, and it trickled all the way to paid games now. Back then, the excuse was it's free-to-play, it's in beta, it's in alpha, give it time. Heck, not almost, every single Game as a Live service release either broken, unfinished, without content, you name it, it exists. And instead of holding companies accountable for that, people gave excuses. And now we're seeing it now with full triple AA games that being the same, being happening to. Again, I will always go back to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. A game that almost dropped because of a game-breaking bug. A game like Valhalla shouldn't need to be that big. That's not needed. Length of a game doesn't equate to enjoyment. And developers need to understand that. Not only them, but publishers also. And last point is, don't reveal a game too early. If you don't know what you want the gameplay to be, if you're only relying on not cutscene, the other one, not cutscene.
Pre-rendered.
Yes, thank you.
Cinematic.
Yeah, cinematic. Thank you, cinematic. When you're focusing on cinematic, I get it. It's an an idea that you want to present to the people that you want to see. At least put a little bit of gameplay next to it, so we know what we're getting into ourselves with. If you're not ready for that, then wait. Otherwise, you're gonna have a project that you're gonna showcase it, and people are gonna be excited, and then you're gonna tell people, "Oh, but we have no idea what the gameplay is going to be or the story is going to be," and that's not a good way of marketing. And last thing, I really wish publishers, but also higher up suit members paid close attention to CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk, but also other games that launched broken, including Funny Band with Days Gone. It's okay to delay your game. Delay your game is not an issue, and if you think that a system is hampering your game development and you need to cut it up, then cut it up. You're better off leaving old gen behind than keeping old gen and releasing a product that's atrocious. I mean, Nafi, can you guys, and Dante, and everyone here, can you guys imagine how Arkham Knight would have not Arkham Knight.
About to say Arkham Knights. We're on PC. Arkham Knight was not a good port.
No, it wasn't.
Not Arkham Knight. Whatchamacallit?
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knight. Thank you. If Gotham Knight kept old gen, how would this game? This game is next gen only.
Same. No, it would have been the fucking same.
It would have been the same because it wasn't the graphics. It was literally the gameplay itself. Like they tried to do a new formula that
didn't work.
Just didn't work. Like I tried so hard. I tried.
No, but for a second, imagine if they had to keep old gen. This game would have been far worse than when the end result is.
I don't think it would have. I genuinely don't think it would have. I think it would have, because it came out fucked as it was anyway. Like it would have remained that way.
Unreal Engine 4. I mean, it still works. Unreal Engine 4 does work. Don't hate on Unreal Engine 4. Okay, it's not that bad.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I just hear those words really come out of your fucking mouth?
But yeah, honestly, I think Gotham Knights would have. I understand your point, but Gotham Knights would have came out the same. Honestly, I think they were trying to use that as a scapegoat of saying, this game can't be made." I was like, nah, it would have been the same. To be honest with you, I literally bumped that graphics, everything down. I'm like, I can make that. This game looks like it can run on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 with the lowest of lowest settings. I was able to put that game on.
Lowest of lowest settings. It looks like a fucking PS3 game.
It does.
Are we talking about Gotham Knight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold up. When I said that, I remember literally saying that during
No, we're
gameplay.
on about on PC. We're on about PC lowering all of the settings down, like
okay,
all the way
gotcha.
down to the lowest of the lowest.
Yeah, we have the ability. We have that freedom.
Yes, we have that freedom. Sometimes we abuse that freedom, but we have that freedom nonetheless.
Yes.
That's what mods are for. You're welcome.
But would you guys agree that this shit started with online game select service?
No.
No, I don't think it started off with online games.
This has been a here's the thing. Here's the thing. For me, and I've been consistent on saying this, like the problem where this started, where I can solely rest this whole fucking problem was when they introduced patches.
Introduced what?
Patches.
360 and PlayStation 3 era.
Yeah.
I mean, patches helped a lot of games though.
But the problem is it helped games that probably wouldn't have needed the help if they weren't so reliant on patches. Here's the thing. You look back at the back catalogue of a lot of games before patches were introduced. Yes, some of them might have had problems. Maybe some balancing problems, maybe some bug problems, but they were not as prevalent as they are from that point onwards. Like, from that point onwards, there was a steep decline in quality as far as, like, severe bugs, game-breaking bugs, balancing issues, and stuff like that. Like, that shit got really fucking... That stuff started getting even worse at that point.
Just thinking about it, like, can you imagine you pre-download a game, the game comes out, the game's now available, but before you can play the game, all of a sudden you have a day one patch. You didn't even turn the game on yet.
Exactly.
And you downloaded it.
Where if this had happened like 15 fucking years ago, they would have done everything within their power to... 15 years ago? Am I doing my math correctly there? Okay, thereabouts, yeah. They would have done everything within their fucking power to squash everything wrong with that game, because back then, if you released a game and it was fucked, that company's fucked, because there ain't no fucking taking it back.
Yeah, like a lot of OG games, like broken and got never fixed. So patches was a helpful thing, but at the same time, it did start it.
It did a lot. It caused a lot more harm than it caused good.
But can you not simply, kill it with just releasing a game finished? But for that, you need the company to be okay with delays.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, Omar. Like, the moment patches started becoming a crutch, companies stopped fucking caring.
Oh yeah, and then they started making us play the games to figure out all the bugs, and still don't fix it.
Yeah.
They let us beta test a game.
Yeah,
a week before the game launches.
Yeah, they have us beta test a game. Like, they call it a beta. 2 weeks from fucking release, and we find game-breaking bugs, and you think you're gonna fucking patch this shit out? No, I guarantee you this shit's gonna be out at launch. This ain't a beta. This is a fucking demo of the finished product.
Agreed. Just a really quick to piggyback, I've heard plenty of developers, but I heard David Jaffe say this the most. They call it, and Omar, you might be familiar, the term "fail fast," where it's them, it's more financially.
Hold on.
Oh, did we lose?
No.
I'm listening, but I never heard of that term.
I'm having Pharaoh, it's happened. What I said was gonna happen. My fucking internet dipping like it was. I'm pretty sure. Can people still hear us? Is it just the visuals that are stuttering? Can you still hear us? Can I get a confirmation?
Real talk, I have no idea because my chat stopped at innate. I don't see anything else.
That's why I'm asking, because there might be a little bit of a delay. That's why I'm asking if someone could mind.
Yeah, I'm listening to YouTube. YouTube still has audio coming through. It's a video that's acting up.
Okay. Fair enough.
So Innate said he can hear us. It's just buffering.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so long story short, idea behind the term fail fast is get your product out even though it's buggy and see if it even resonates with gamers, and then we'll come and patch it and fix it afterwards. And that is a concept I think that's very popular because it's like you say, even if your game is a broken mess, if people love it, they're going to pay money and support it and create a community. And then on the next iteration, you could do a better job in theory. And I think, unfortunately, because of that being a prevalent process right now, we're not going to always see. For example, well, I don't know if you guys agree. I think Baldur's Gate, you can pay for it with money, even though it's not out and it's a buggy mess. It is not officially released, so you can kind of reserve your criticism until it is out, and it's been in this early access for forever, like Grounded, whatever some of these other games. So
welcome to the club.
No, in my opinion, like the moment you start asking people to pay money for it, I'm sorry, you fucking released it. I said that about Grounded.
Sure, I could respect that. Yeah.
I said that about Grounded. I said that about fucking Sea of Thieves. I'll say that about Baldur's Gate. Early access is basically buy our game because we want money now, and we don't.
And then we'll finish it when we feel like it.
Yeah,
or not finish it at all. Like with some of the indie,
because
some
fail fast,
of those damn
right?
games.
If nobody likes it and it's a buggy mess, well then whatever, right? I'll cut my losses, and that's the gamble.
I disagree with you, Kofi, by the way, when it comes to using that giving them almost like
I don't like that. I personally don't like that. This is something that David Jaffe was talking about. That's right.
I got you. I think the second you put out your game for people to play it, I agree with Dante. The second you start asking for money, it's over. You should be held accountable then.
If you want people to beta test your game, put it out for fucking free. Just don't put out the entire fucking game. There's a reason demos existed.
What makes it even worse is when you release a game after it beta form or early access form and it's still unfinished.
Yeah, I definitely can respect that. I definitely respect that.
Yeah, I feel like I want to sue like two developers. I bought these two indie games that were in early access.
Because, like, for example,
developers just abandoned the game. I'm like,
right. That's the tough part. Like, I guess to me, again, I think you guys disagree. Is let's say you bought Baldur's Gate 3 like 2 years ago or 2019, and it's a buggy mess. I mean, sound all over the place, faces, bodies not moving, and you found it trash. And then when they quote unquote have their official release, it gets praised and lauded and everybody loves it, gets a 90 Metacritic. What's your take gonna be? Like, you still own the license to the game. Are you gonna be just as disappointed, or like are you gonna set your expectations correctly because you already spent money on it?
I'm gonna move on to the next game at that point.
What?
I'll be honest with you.
Really? So but you wouldn't have been like, I'm not buying this at early access. Wouldn't that have been you?
No, I would say I would not buy the game early access. If I buy a game early access and it left a sour taste in my mouth, then I'm gonna move on.
Oh, okay.
Even after they finish the game, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm not coming back.
Interesting.
I'm gone.
That is the case of fuck this shit, I'm out.
That's fair. I guess I don't do early access enough to be irritated by it. Like, for me, the core mechanics of Baldur's Gate 3 are what I'm here for. All the buggy and other stuff, that's me saying, hey, the game's in early access. But that's just me.
Here's the thing.
I get that could be irritating for people who
even after you paid money for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's the thing.
For me, if it's not the official release, then I'm paying to be part of that community. That's my own decision. If I'm disappointed, it's my own fault.
Okay, let me give you an example of why that idea doesn't work.
Okay.
Because, and I will give you a prime example. I bought this up many times. Killing Floor 2. That game was in early access years ago. And finally got a full release on PC. Finally got a full release on console as well. The problem is by the time they fully released the fucking game, it was dead. Like, it was dead. Like, full on fucking dead.
Okay, hold on.
Why? Was
Because
it forgotten?
No, because
No,
people
it wasn't
had,
forgotten.
No, it wasn't because
Moved
it was
on.
forgotten. People had moved on because we'd already been playing this fucking game for for a couple of years, and like nothing had fucking changed.
Yeah, the game that was now you're talking about community driven game. That was a community driven game.
Like the
let me
game,
ask.
like,
Let me ask.
but hold on.
they added
Like-
games. They added like, okay, how do I explain this? Killing Floor 2 started out and it had a couple of maps and stuff like that, and it was like fine. Fine. I bought into it because Killing Floor. I loved Killing Floor 1.
Everyone loves Killing Floor.
Yeah, and then Killing Floor 2 was like, oh, okay. I bought into it. First year went by. Okay, got a new map. Got some new guns. Okay, that's cool. Okay, what else have you got for us? Oh, we've got now seasonal events. Okay, that's cool. What about next year? Oh, same seasonal events. We've changed nothing. Okay. What about what's next? Oh, we got a couple of guns and a couple of new maps. Okay, that's cool. What next? Oh, we're releasing it we're releasing it on console, and we're finally releasing it. Oh, awesome! Does that mean that we're gonna get new stuff? No. Instead of releasing new guns, we're gonna reskin guns and sell you brand new guns because our in-game microtransactions didn't pan out the way we thought, and the game kind of flopped after release because people had already been playing the shit out of it on PC, which is our major demographic, by the way. So yeah, now we're just gonna sell you gun packs so you can get the brand new guns. And we're
like $12 guns.
And we're gonna give you free reskinned guns, but they're just guns you've already used before, but they basically are for different classes now. And we're gonna start releasing community made maps as official maps. Yay!
So,
I have a question.
I think it's a fair point. Can I make a counterpoint really quick to Dante? So this is with one developer. So I think you make a good point with Killing Floor. But Divinity Original Sin 2 was also in early access for almost an entire year.
Okay, there's your problem. There's your problem.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, that's a whole year. A lot of these games that you're
Short.
talking about, like Killing Floor 2, because this is not the exception. This is the fucking rule. Like, Divinity is the exception. That was a year.
Fair. I can take that.
Killing Floor 2 was in early access for 2 to 3 fucking years.
Fair. And that's how long Baldur's Gate has been in early access, by the way. But to me, I guess it's a Larian thing. Like, to me, when I look at Larian, I'm like, oh, they're the best. Western RPG style. So I make the exception for them because of how much I love DOS 2. But I get what you're saying. Like,
when did
I would not be doing
I have a question.
Yeah.
When my question is a few things. One, we have Jubei, which we love, Grounded, and Sea of Thieves. How long have these games been in early access?
Oh, Grounded
by the way, I would just like to point out...
Grounded is actually out now. It's not in early access anymore.
7 years
How
ago.
long?
Okay, so Killing Floor 2 went into early access 7 years ago. It didn't get an actual full release until 2016.
Okay, but there is also a game called Star Citizen that's still in early access.
That right there is the one everybody can point to and talk. And when you turn around and talk about like if you want to point towards any game about how early access doesn't fucking work, Star Citizen is the one to talk about. It is the most expensive game ever fucking made, but the problem is it hasn't even been fully fucking made.
For forever. Yeah.
Do you think so? I'm genuinely curious, how different is Grounded early access from the official release?
That's the thing. That's what it comes down to. My whole thing is, if you're gonna release a game the gun packs are a mess. Thank you. That to me is one of the reasons why, if you're going to release a game like in early access like that, don't fucking charge money for it, because we're basically there just to fucking beta test it, so we know that all of your shit doesn't fucking break. And so we know that all of your stuff is in working order. Like, don't release the whole fucking game just release the portion you want us to work on. Like, release the portions in increments. Like, how's this for groundbreaking? Release the game in early access for a month. Have people play it. Take it down after a month. And then when you want to test your next update, release it again for free for a whole month so people can test it. And there you go. And then when it comes to full release, people can play the full release and they can pay for it. Like, release them in month increments so people can test the new updates that you want to test. If you don't want to pay for a fucking QA team.
Dude, I will never forget playing Destiny 1 and thinking I'm gonna get the quote-unquote full game when I was playing
I'd also
the
like
beta.
to point out, Star Citizen by September 2022 had gained over $500 million.
I'm gonna say they were getting a lot of funding, man.
Dude, would you fucking believe that whole game's budget is a majority, like 90% of that game's fucking budget is basically just fucking crowdfunding?
Yeah, I remember it because you said $1 billion now. I remember it was like 500 million, and it was like
$500 million.
wow.
Yeah, no, it's $500
Could
million.
we kill
$500
early
million.
access?
Okay, yeah.
Could we kill early access?
Yeah, and by the way, the single player portion of that game was supposed to be released like 4 years ago. The one starring Mark Hamill, who, okay, I love Mark Hamill. I really, hands down, I hope it doesn't happen. But it just feels like one of those inevitabilities. I feel like they're going to be giving him credit fucking post-mortem. Because I actually think Mark Hamill might die before Star Citizen gets a full fucking release.
Right.
We're all going to die before Star Citizen gets a full release.
Should early access die?
I wish it would, but the problem is it kind of thrives on... Like, Steam has tried their fucking damnness to curb some of the issues that their green light system did.
No, that green light system sucks. Like I said, developers literally walk away from some of their games. Like, literally walk away and just say it's on the store.
Yeah, DayZ. DayZ is one of the biggest examples of that. Like, that dude just fucking walked.
And it's just like, you can't do nothing about it. You're stuck with this half-ass game. You can't get a refund. It's like, yeah, no.
I mean, I look at it like you'd have to get rid of Kickstarter, on some level. I mean, that's essentially what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. At least with Kickstarter, you get physical shit. You're kickstarting games, like you're funding their development, essentially.
I think that's an episode because Kickstarter, some games don't even get released, and you lose your money.
Exactly. Like I said, you have to start there.
Yeah.
This early access shit started with like crowdfunding and bullshit. It's just a way to navigate and not have to give a cut to the crowdfunding service.
You know what? I need to look into that because I don't know what hit first. I don't know if Greenlight hit first, Steam Greenlight hit first, or if Kickstarter hit first with that bullshit.
I'm pretty sure Kickstarter hit first. Before
I mean, and either way, like I said, people don't have to spend money on these games if they don't want to. It's still a willful choice. Like at some point, you still have to put you have to put it on the people that support a particular game. And then it comes out and flops, or they stop fucking developing for it, and you wasted your money. Like at some point, you're complicit in that.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the cheeky bastards with fucking DayZ are still gonna charge you fucking £34.
I mean, I knew I was gonna play Grounded, so I bought it. So I bought it.
That was completed
for $24.99.
I didn't know. I played it on when it was the early access. I was like, okay, I'm done. That's honestly.
I was cool. I'm like
early access.
Kind of excited to see where this goes, and it's gone places.
Yeah, but like I said, if you're gonna early access it, like, don't spend more than a fucking year in early access. Because in my opinion, once you pass that 1 year mark, if you try and fucking early access, I'm convinced your game's not gonna get fucking released. And don't fucking sell it at full price either. Like that's another thing. If you fucking have to early access your game, do it at a massively reduced price. Reward the people who gave you their fucking time to fucking play test your game and tell you all the problems with it. Because some people get severely fucking autistic with this shit. Like some people, when they do these early access games and bug test these games, these early access games and that, they will have fucking charts. Like they will have like fucking PowerPoint presentations on like all of the shit that's wrong with your game and what you need to fix.
I also do like what D did with Warframe.
The thing with Grounded, like the game launched at $40. I got it on early access for $25. So I had a $15 discount.
25 should have been the fucking base price then for Grounded. In my opinion, 25 should have been the base price. Like reward the people who jumped
and I agree with that. Like they should not charge full price for for early access. You should be rewarded for investing in the game before it's done. Like if it's a $60 game, like $40 to $45 to get the game early, I could see that. Don't charge me $60 though, and then you charge other people $60 that got the full experience and they have to sit through hell to get there.
Yep. And by the way, here's another thing. This is something you should learn from fucking Killing Floor too. Again, I'd like to point to that. If you're going to make a live service early access game as well, don't make one of your priorities the fucking microtransaction store. Put that in at the full release.
Thank you.
Like, dude,
I'm looking at Halo Infinite with that one.
Like, it's so funny the amount of like early access games. I'll fucking look at Halo Infinite for this because they're like the most recent guilty fucking party of it. Don't release your game and say, "Oh, it's in beta." By the way, Jubei, are we at this point now where when they did release Halo and they said, "Oh, it's not the official release"? Are we now on the same page that no, that was the full release of the multiplayer because it ain't fucking changed?
I mean, it has changed in some ways. The basis of the game is still there. So,
that's my
point.
You
play with? I was Forge, by the way. Did you play around with it? Or did you do something cool?
I'm not a great Forge person, so
you ain't got no creativity.
Oh.
But yeah, no, like don't like the first thing you notice, like early access game, buggy as a motherfucker, half fucking complete, but the microtransactions though, you better believe that fucker's fully functioning and full of shit for you to buy.
Yep.
Full of half-ass armor and bullshit to buy.
I'm looking at you, Evolved. Or I would look at you, but you're kind of dead. Yeah, it definitely evolved. Oh, shit. Anyway, last subject, and this is going to be a quick one. Games of 2023. What games? Give me 2 games, you guys, for the year of 2023, our Lord and Savior, away from COVID, hopefully, that you are looking forward to. I will go first. And also give me one that you think is going to fail spectacularly.
Fail?
What? Fail, yeah. One you think is going to fucking fail. Right, so, first one I'm looking forward to, but I've got side eye at it. Like, I've got, like, the sidest of fucking eyes. Like, I'm practically got eyes in the back of my fucking head at this point with how much I'm side-eyeing it. And that's Dead Space, coming out this month.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a good game to hate on.
No.
I think it's a good take.
Dude, no, I fucking love Dead Space. Fucking love Dead Space.
No, but I mean EA in general.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. That's where my side eye's going to.
Yep.
Like,
I'm with you.
I'm looking at this beautiful thing right in front of me, but then I'm looking at the greedy fucking greasy bastard right next to me who made it, and I'm like,
yep.
I want it, but I know you had a hand in it, and it hurts me.
I feel the same way.
It just looks good. It actually looks like people gave a shit. Like the people who made this, it looks like people fucking gave a shit. Oh my god, I'm gonna put
whenever EA's got a game coming out, I'm like, what's going on here? Like this looks like what's it, Wild Hearts? I'm like, this looks good. What's going on? Like, I don't know how to feel about this.
What is going on here? What is this? What eldritch fucking god did you fucking what eldritch god did you sacrifice shit to do this? Like, I'm calling shenanigans, hard shenanigans. Right. But yeah, no, it looks good, and I'm hoping this is what's got me the most worried about the Dead Space remake though. Like, I do have a little faith in it, but what really has me fucking worried, despite how, because like you can't look at it and turn around and say it doesn't look good, because it does look good, but it looks good because it's on the fucking Frostbite engine. And we all know the problems that everybody other than fucking DICE has been having with the Frostbite engine.
I mean, hey, BioWare had issues with
I
the
didn't know
Frostbite engine too.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody other than DICE has been having issues with this engine, which is what's got my biggest side eye. It's like, okay, this is a bloody, gory, fucking spectacular, grotesque mess, but it's on the Frostbite engine. Can the Frostbite engine even fucking handle this? Because we all know that it can't handle shit outside of a fucking FPS. And you're adding floating into this. I remember Anthem. I remember how y'all fucked up flying in that game.
Actually, flying was actually good. That was one of the good things. It was everything else that was bad.
I've got my game that's going to fail in 2023. I apologize, though. My child just woke up. I'll be right back.
Don't worry about it. I've still got to give my other one that I think is going to be good, that I'm looking forward to. But yeah, so Dead Space, definitely one that I'm looking forward to. The other one that I am looking forward to is honestly, this is going to be I hope it comes out this year, because I think everybody should experience the legend that is System Shock, and that's the System Shock remake. I am so looking forward to that coming out this year. Like, they've said that it should be coming out this year. It fucking better come out this year. God damn it! Do not play with my goddamn emotions. Bring that goddamn game out already.
What for genre is it?
It is a survival horror RPG game.
Okay.
It's not what you think. Believe you fucking me.
I will look up gameplay later.
Like, System Shock is probably one of the most in-depth fucking experiences you could probably ask for, and it's amazing. There's a reason why Shodan is an amazing villain. Now, the game I think is going to fail this year. I'm going to say, alright, it's a toss-up. It's absolutely a toss-up between two games, and I'm just going to say their names and leave it right there. One of them is Forspoken. I
knew it.
I think that game's gonna fail. The other one, this one's obvious. Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. Yeah, that game's gonna fail because too many people got fucking burned by enough people now are waking up from the bullshit that was Bayonetta 3 to realize, no, maybe we're done. Maybe we're done. All right, Nappy, what do you think? What games are you looking forward to? What games do you think are going to fail this year?
So the games I'm actually there's actually two games I'm looking forward to, which is Wild Heart, which is like a Monster Hunter like game, except it's more Japanese than Monster Hunter, even though that's made by Capcom. I actually just like fighting big monsters all days. I was literally just playing Monster Hunter Rise with a friend, teaching her the ropes and everything about how we keep on abusing monsters. The second game,
highs as World for you, Rise.
What you say? No, I actually like World. It's kind of weird. So World and Rise, I like them, but for two different like reasons. Like Monster Hunter Rise is not a sequel to Monster Hunter World. And I think I can see why it was released on Nintendo Switch and not on any other consoles, because it honestly is like a watered down version of Monster Hunter, but it's a lot easier for people to get into. Like if you want to get to Monster Hunter World, if you want to get a Monster Hunter, play Monster Hunter Rise. It's the easiest way to learn about how Monster Hunter works.
Yeah, I'm hesitant.
No, seriously, no, Kofi. Monster Hunter Rise, seriously, it's good. It's still good.
Like I love World. Like I almost have the platinum, but
no, I
don't want to
World is great. They need to. Yeah. I don't know how they're going to up the World.
I have like $400 World.
Yeah, well, Monster Hunter Rise unfortunately is not crossplay. So for you,
World needs to be. World needs to be.
I don't see that happening. Sony's going to charge too much money for that. But yeah, Monster Hunter Rise, like, unfortunately for Xbox people to get on Game Pass, I'm not going to be able to play with you, unfortunately, which sucks. But, yeah, so Wild Heart is a game I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping that can, like, I just love beating up monsters all day, so I hope that's good, and I hope this makes Capcom, like, up their game with their Monster Hunter or their next Monster Hunter game. The second game I'm looking forward to is, of course, the Remnants of the Ashes, Remnants 2, because again, Gunfire made a solid, awesome game. No advertisement whatsoever. They just dropped the gem and it just imploded. It just exploded. Everybody was like, "What is this?" Now they are backed up by Gearbox now because Gearbox is a publisher. So I don't know if Gunfire will. I don't know if they're considered AAA level yet. I mean, I definitely consider them AA.
Yeah,
but
you gotta remember, Gunfire are also the guys who made the Darksiders 3 game, so definitely.
Yeah, Darksiders 3. Yeah, they're
Oh.
2 as well.
Yep.
They help out with a couple of games. But yeah, they're definitely a double. I'll say they definitely were AA. But now that Gearbox is like fully behind them, I don't know if they're going to get that AAA status yet. But I kind of don't want them to because I love what they did and that much passion they put into this game.
I just don't want that grease monster known as Randy Pitchford to get his hands in Gunfire.
Ooh,
Fuck Randy Pitchford.
But yeah, and also for games I felt honestly I was gonna say I honestly was thinking about Forspoken because after the demo and my 3 friends I now got PlayStation 5, so they were like, "Nah, it's alright." I'm like, "Oh, that's not a good sign." And Forspoken's supposed to come out January 24th too. He's like, "Yeah, I pre-ordered that." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." So, I mean, he didn't enjoy the game. I mean, I was kind of, I mean, he made fun of me with Gotham Knights, so I'm about to make fun of him with Forspoken. So we're about to be even. But yeah, Remnants 2 is my big one, and also Wild Heart because I like beating up giant monsters. And plus, if this game does very well, then Capcom's going to wake up and make a better Monster Hunter. So it's a win-win for me.
Fingers crossed. All right, Kofi, games you're looking forward to, game you think is going to fail.
Yes, the game I'm looking forward to the most is probably Wolong Fallen Dynasty. I really just was taken back by the rhythm and the style that Wolong has. For people who haven't played it but know Souls games, I would say it's more a twist on Nioh with a jump button and with parries being a more significant part of the defensive strategy. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry, I was eating. Almost every enemy has some sort of parry system that you're going to have to learn, at least of significance. When I was playing, there was these, like, for example, these tigers, and they had a very specific attack rhythm, almost like Sekiro. Even though I haven't played a lot of Sekiro, I am familiar that countering and parrying was very much part of its core gameplay. But the biggest difference I've noticed between Wolong and Nioh is the overall encounter. Let's say you're fighting 1 or 2 enemies, is just overall faster. At least for me, half the time in Nioh, you aren't necessarily fighting in that particular instance. Like, you might be waiting for an attack to come on, or you might be backing up or strafing, watching the enemy. Wolong is much more like hit, parry, hit back. I don't know how to explain it beyond that. And the verticality of Wolong is just crazy. I mean, you're jumping up and down. AI can climb, so they can like jump up on ledges and chase you now. So it's just a little bit more sophisticated, and I had a really good time. So yeah, that's March 3rd. I know Game Pass hype for that. I was actually pretty. I thought it was pretty thoughtful that Microsoft decided to add Wolong to Game Pass. Game that's gonna fail. I think this game is going to crash and burn, but I don't know how popular it is. It is called The Day Before. It is an open world zombie MMO that looks like, I don't know, World War Z.
Last of Us?
I'm sorry?
Last of Us as well?
Oh, World War Z. World War Z. It looks like World War Z.
Gotcha.
The game World War Z. It's called The Day Before. And yeah, it's coming out in 2023. It switched to Unreal Engine 5. So, for Unreal Engine 5. I think this game looks generic. I think that the gameplay looks average at best. And when an MMO doesn't have that thing, I think it's going to fail. I think this looks less inspired than, I don't know, the last third-person shooter style MMO, and I think like The Division. And I like The Division, by the way. I think The Division 1 was actually fun. I know it got low scores. But this game looks super average. Yeah, The Day Before. Definitely going to crash and burn.
Jube, what about you, my man?
Let's do with the games I think are gonna flop first. Let's start there. I think Assassin's Creed Mirage is gonna flop big time.
Forgot
Super
all
big
about
time.
that.
Wow.
Yep.
Which game?
Assassin's Creed
Assassin's
Mirage.
Creed Mirage.
Oh, that's a
Oh
big
yeah.
one.
Wait, did they even announce a release date for that title yet? I
This
know they're
year,
working on it.
apparently.
I believe it.
So yeah, I think that's gonna definitely flop. I'm still not sold on Forspoken, man. I still think that game is not gonna be great. So, yeah, those two. As far as games that I'm looking forward to. Oh, I also, if Skull and Bones does come out this year, it's gonna fucking flop. It absolutely is
Wow.
gonna be awful. It's gonna
Wow.
be fucking terrible. Skull and
Skull
Bones.
and Bones.
Oh, Skull and Bone. Yeah.
It's gonna be doo-doo water. Like it's gonna be trash. Absolute trash. Them taking this long and they still aren't caught up to Sea of Thieves yet. Like it's gonna flop. It's absolutely gonna flop. As far as games look forward to, Street Fighter 6, top,
Thought so.
period. Starfield and is that last one? I think I honestly want Redfall to be good. I'm hoping it's gonna be good.
Alright, well, alright, fair enough. Omar, what about you?
Okay. I think this game is going to flop launch-wise. Key points, launch-wise. Starfield. Especially who is running it. Mr. 16 times the detail. Nah. Especially after hearing that there are bugs and glitches going from game to game, and they are not fixed. Nah, I don't trust this one. I'm curious how it's gonna launch though. Other game, sadly, as much as I am super excited about it, Forspoken, it's not gonna do well. I have already seen it, and I am hoping that the game release and shut people up. Because I played the demo and it's amazing. I got addicted to it. But I'm genuinely curious how the game that do. When it comes to the game that I'm super excited about, Final Fantasy 16, I want them to shut me up. I want them to prove to me that 16 is worthy of the name Final Fantasy. I'm genuinely ready for that. And the other game would be Hogwarts Legacy. I'm super excited for that game, and I'm genuinely shocked that you didn't mention it, Jubei, because I know you're all about that torture and all that jazz in the magic world.
Alright, Pharaoh.
I'm not gonna torture nobody. I'm just gonna be committing murder.
For what? Sorry.
Yeah, you're gonna be a full-blown murderer with this one.
You'll be yelling Expectro plus Troto and murdering everybody.
I heard it can be really nasty in that game. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can torture people, you can kill them. Yeah, this game is gonna be the shit.
Lovely. God damn it. Pharaoh, what about you?
Game that I think is probably gonna flop. I am gonna lean Dead Space. Just because
Yeah.
there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of hype with it, and I just don't think it'll meet. I think there's a little bit of unreasonable expectation to where, like, even if it is a good game, it's still gonna fall short of what everyone hyped it up to be, because nothing's ever as good as you quite remember it. Especially if it's just like a 1-to-1 remake.
Oh, it's not a 1-to-1 remake though.
There's gonna be like new story elements or something like that.
Yeah, they're adding in content from the original game.
Okay. But yeah, I think Dead Space. I think Dead Space is gonna be one. I mean, even if it is adding cut content, I think we got a little bit of that with Final Fantasy remake. Some people didn't like the new ending that didn't stay true to the original. So I think you're gonna, even if you have some people who are happy with it, you'll have some others who are like, oh no, don't touch my grass.
You talking about Rebirth? I mean, yeah, Rebirth.
Remake, how they changed the ending of the first remake from the original.
The ones that don't like it are stuck in nostalgia. That's why.
I was saying how they changed it. I said even with adding content to Dead Space, I think some people will be like, "Hey, don't."
Yeah.
You know, like you can never make everyone happy. Basically, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
See, another game I expect to flop. I'm just gonna. Oh, no one talked about this one because no one cares about sports. But I expect what's his name to flop. NCAA college football. I expect that game to flop, Jube. So I think as far as games that I hope to do very well, I hope that Final Fantasy 16 sets the world on fire. I want more M-rated RPGs. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
I want more M-rated AAA RPGs. So just for the fact that it's the first M-rated game in the mainline franchise, Final Fantasy, I am hoping it does do very well. I think Starfield's actually going to do well. I think people kind of like that style of Skyrim in space. So I think there will be people that gravitate to that. I think it'll do just fine. Do I have to name another game or?
No, that's it. You're good.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'd say we're done then for today, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get those outros. Pharaoh, you go first.
It's your boy Pharaoh. You can find me anywhere you like to watch streamers at the Land of Pharaoh, and you can find me on Twitter at Pharaoh Bazaar.
All right, cool. Napit, where can people find you?
You guys can find me here on YouTube. All you gotta do is type Nappy Stitcher in that search bar, and then you'll see a bunch of videos pop up with me and controllers. So yeah, check out some controller reviews. I know I've been behind on schedule. I mean, family comes first, and new job promotion that pays the bill. So unfortunately, that take a little bit more priority than these videos. But you'll see more videos coming out soon.
These controllers ain't cheap.
No, they're not.
It really ain't. Like the one is like.
All right, Kofi, where can people find you?
As usual, guys, you can catch me at creative_Kofi on Twitter. Hopefully, talking about I have this long diatribe I want to make about chained echoes, or I guess a written group of paragraphs, and then I quickly transitioned to monochrome Mobius because I'm trying to make a record of RPGs finished in 1 year. That's my resolution. So hopefully, I'm posting about those things. But yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys online.
All right, Jube, where can people find you?
Yep. You can find me at JubeX Sensei on gaming platforms, Jube Sensei everywhere else except Twitter. 2023 is the year of the backlog for me. Actually just got done finishing up Genesis Noir while we were on this podcast, so kind of happy to start taking a bite out of all these games I've downloaded and have yet to play. So I also did get Midnight Suns, so I will check that out and let you guys know about that next week. We'll see.
Tell us how that microtransactions thing works out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, it's
I haven't.
I've heard someone say it plays a lot like a cell phone game.
Oh, I heard it was
Of course it is. All
Yeah.
fucking interface games are like, all interfaces now are made for mobile. Just look at fucking Modern Warfare 2.
I need Marvel to put I do need Marvel to put Marvel Snap on Xbox though. Let us have it.
Hey, no, Xbox. I thought. Oh, wow.
All right, Omar, where can people find you?
People can find me at @_Shahab on Twitter, and they can also find me try to decide if I'm gonna buy this rig, which got 4080 AMD Ryzen 9,000 zip. And shout out to NH for helping choosing this one. Super excited, also nervous because this website doesn't have a lot of great reviews, so we will see. Other than that, shout out to everyone that came through. Hit that like button, and yeah, see you next week.
Right.
Shout out to Zero.
Shout out to Zero. You can find
Shout
him
out to Zero. Yep.
What's his Twitter handle again?
Zero
X386.
Yeah, 0386 on Twitter. Go and give him some love. Tell him not to divide his name again, because if he keeps dividing by 0, we're gonna lose him forever.
Tell him he is not welcome anymore.
No, we tell that to FC, at least until he finds his knees.
Okay, fair. XP is no longer welcome. Is it then time to change the name?
He's been ousted.
No.
He's been ousted. But yes, you can find. I'm Dante Crisis. You can find me at Dante Crisis on Instagram and Twitter. The Dante Crisis on Facebook, as well as Dante Crisis on YouTube and Twitch. Currently doing a Let's Play of Bayonetta 3 and Borderlands 2. And I stream every weekday and weekends for my Patreons only. So, become a Patreon. Please. I need the money. Please. But, even though we go our separate ways, you can always find us in separate places. But where you can also find us is on this podcast on all of your favorite streaming services like Apple, Spotify. Where else are we? I don't know. Zero usually does this fucking outro. God damn it. But yes, you can find us on...
He always said Google Podcast. He always said Google Podcast, and
Google
he said
Podcasts,
something.
Apple, Spotify, and anywhere else you can
Wherever you can find podcast, something like that.
Yeah, you could literally be doing anything else with your time, but you took your time to listen to us. I still don't know why. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, and remember to keep it gaming. Okay, we're out of here. Peace.
Later.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.